This lecture video will focus on selection methods and eventually yung different mating systems or breeding strategies that we employ to our selected breeder animals. Now, for selection methods, there are two classification. First is the classification based on available records. So, iba yung selection method na ginagamit natin if we have different types of records. So, available records could be in the form of performance record or yung tinatawag natin. Pag sinabi nating performance record, the animal has its own record, yung mismong record ng hayop. We also have pedigree record. That is the record that we get from the ancestors or yung mga relatives, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephew. Yun yung pedigree record. And then, for progeny records, yun yung mga records from the offspring, obviously. And then we also have sib records, yun yung mga records ng half sibs at saka full sibs or yung mga siblings niya. So, meron tayong corresponding term or name na ginagamit if we use yung certain records na yon. So, individual selection ang tawag if the record that we use in selecting hayop is performance records, so individual selection yon. Pag naman family selection, yung type of method na gagamitin natin, we use yung pedigree record, progeny record, at saka sibling record. Next, yung selection naman na method based on number of traits to improve ay kasi syempre yung mga breeders natin, hindi lang iisa, hindi lang dadalawa yung ginagamit or yung gustong i-improve na trait, but breeders consider a lot of traits or many traits at the same time. So we have terms that we use. So number one is tandem method, and then another is independent culling levels method, and then selection index. So as we move forward, we will discuss each in detail. So ito yung na-mention ko kanina, individual selection. Yung individual selection, also known as mass selection, or yung tinatawag nating performance testing. Once again, pag sinabing individual selection, yung hayop na pinagpipilian natin or yung mga candidates for selection, they have their own corresponding performance record or corresponding phenotype. And yung individual selection, it works best for traits with high heritability. That means they are faster to improve because they are greatly influenced by genetics or yung letter G na component. And it works best also for traits na nare-record for both sexes. Ibig sabihin, yung trait na yon ay nare-record natin sa male at nare-record din natin sa female. Next, it works best also for traits that manifest early in life. Halimbawa, yung record na yon, you can get it from the animal even at an earlier age, then we can use individual selection. Next, family selection. Family selection, ginagamit natin if we use records of family members. And family members include yung parents ng candidates natin for selection, siblings ng candidates for selection, and offspring ng candidates for selection. So, ibig sabihin, yung average performance ng family members na yan, we use that as basis for selecting our breeder animals. Next, this is useful when the trait cannot be measured directly on the animal. Obviously, since you do not have record of its own, you use record from the parent, from the sibling, or from the progeny or the offspring. Next, family selection is used when the trait is slowly heritable. Example, yung mga reproduction traits natin. Next, it is also useful when the trait is sex-limited. Pag sinabing sex-limited, hindi siya nare-record sa isang sex. Ibig sabihin, only one sex, only the male expresses the trait or only the female expresses the trait. That is sex-limited. So, kung sex-limited yung trait, hindi natin magagamit yung individual selection, but rather, we use family selection. Another, kapag naman destructive to measure, ang ibig sabihin ng destructive to measure is kailangan mong patayin yung hayop or you slaughter the hayop in order to get the record. So, ibig sabihin, when you slaughter the animal, it can no longer be selected as a breeder animal. So, ibig sabihin, you get records from its relatives para you can still keep yung pinagpipilian mo, yung mga candidates mo on animals to be breeder animals. So yun yung individual versus family selection. Now, since we use records of different types for family selection, meron silang types naman ng family selection method. So we have pedigree selection, or it can also be called pedigree testing, progeny testing, and SIB testing or SIB selection. Sa pedigree selection or testing, of course, we use the pedigree record. So it is based on the known performance of ancestors, parents or grandparents or aunts, uncles, ganyan. It is common in early stages of breeding, especially when the animal has no performance data yet. So halimbawa, yung mga candidates natin for selection ay bata pa lamang, but we have to select them as breeder animals. We use the record of its parents or grandparents para mapili natin, marank natin yung mga candidates natin na hayop based on the performance of their relatives. So the higher the performance of their relatives, ibig sabihin, we consider them or we select them as breeder animals. Next, this method is used for traits with low to moderate heritability. And an example of this is choosing a bull calf from proven cow line. So, ibig sabihin, pumipili na tayo te urbon nga baka, nga pagbalian tayo nga bull, wano toro, from a proven cow line. So, kitaan ka no, digijay, pedigree records, digijay parents na, wano digijay grandmothers, kasi proven cow line. So, napintas ka no, ti record ti mother side na, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, then that means napintas ka nung mati-record dayjay nga bull calf or ti urbon nga lalaki. Next, progeny selection or testing. From the term progeny, we use the record of the offspring. So we evaluate the genotype of an animal on the basis of the average performance of its progeny. Ti kahit namat nga sa detoy is no ni pedigree selection kat susarem DJ performance ti parents na, grandparents na as basis to select dati mo't susarem di performance ti progeny na as basis to select breeder animals. Kahit mga saon no napintas ka no ti performance dagi anak na, automatic ka no mo't kinapintas ti performance ti parents. So therefore, the higher the performance of the progeny, you select the animal. This is used for traits expressed in offspring, sex-limited or lowly heritable traits. So, ang example ng mga ito ay yung mga dairy production, milk yield, kasi na-express lang sila sa females. So, sex-limited yon. Yung mga lowly heritable trait naman, yun yung mga litter size, ganyan, or calving interval, yung mga reproduction traits natin. Next, for selection of males when trait is measured in females only, same lang din na sex-limited trait. And then application in females is limited. Bakit siya limited? Because the number of progeny ng female ay kukonti versus the number of progeny of males. And this is the most accurate. Bakit siya nasabing most accurate? Because nakikita mo yung transmission of traits from parent to anak. That's why, nakikita mo na yung effect or yung genetic value or yung breeding value or yung value ng hayop sa parent direkta doon sa progeny. Kasi meron na siyang progeny. So, ibig sabihin, na-measure mo na yung performance. Next, SIB selection or testing. This is applied to traits not measured on the individuals evaluated. So, yung mga ginagamit natin na test or selection method when the trait is destructive to measure. Yung halimbawa ko kanina na you need to have or you need to slaughter the animal in order to get record, then you perform SIB testing or SIB selection. Ang example nito ay yung if you want to improve carcass quality, then you use SIB selection or SIB testing. Kasi syempre yung carcass quality, para ma-record mo yun na trait, you have to slaughter the animal. So based on the performance of full or half siblings, pag sinabi nating full siblings, pareho sila ng mother and father. Kapag naman sinabi nating half siblings or half sibs, either pareho sila ng father or pareho sila ng mother. Isa lang ang kanilang common parent. Next, accuracy increases with number of siblings and lower accuracy of evaluation because of the effect of G by E. Ang ibig sabihin ng G by E is nagbabago yung performance ng hayop kapag na-expose siya sa iba't ibang environment or management practices. So since nagbabago yung performance or phenotype ng hayop when exposed in different environments, this now affects yung record, yung accuracy ng record mo. Ibig sabihin, hindi na masyadong reliable yung data. Okay, so yun yung ibig sabihin. Next, so I hope you understood yung different selection methods based on available records that we have. Recall, individual selection and then family selection. Under family selection, we have pedigree, progeny, and SIB selection. Now we move on to selection based on number of traits. So we have tandem method, independent culling levels method, and selection index. Sa tandem method, ginagamit natin ito if we want to improve one trait at a time. One trait at a time. Ibig sabihin, one trait kada generation. Saka ka lang magpo-proceed o halimbawa, ikaw na breeder or farmer, gusto mo ng 5 traits na i-improve. But when you use tandem method, sa generation 1, i-improve mo muna yung trait 1, example, average daily gain. And then sa generation 2, suppose yung average daily gain, saka mo lang na-improve on the 3rd generation, that's the only time na you move to the next trait. Hamo pa'y mabalin nga isa ron nga i-improve ni trait 2, no hamo pa'y na-improve ni trait 1. Yun yung tandem method. Traits are improved one at a time. One at a time meaning one at a generation. Oh, yan yung example ko kanina. Example, milk yield. You want to improve milk yield and then it takes 3 generations to improve milk yield. That's the time you focus or shift to the next trait that you want to improve for the next generation. So, simple lang siya kasi one trait at a time lang. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya masyadong laborious. Pero ang consequence is that it's inefficient. Ibig sabihin, gumagastos ka for generation 1, generation 2, etc. Pero iisa lang ang nai-improve mo na trait. That's inefficiency. And then risk, improving one trait may deteriorate another. Nangyayari ito if there is negative genetic correlation. Sabi dyan, improve one trait may deteriorate or worsen the other trait, ibig sabihin may negative correlation. So halimbawa, ADG, yung example natin kanina, you want to improve ADG, and then yung trait B mo, yung second trait mo ay negatively correlated doon sa ADG. So ini-improve mo yung ADG, pumapangit naman yung trait B. Yun yung negative correlation. Yun naman yung risk ng tandem method. Next, independent culling levels method. We use this when we want to improve 2 traits at a time. So 2 traits at a time ang ini-improve natin dito. We have here a minimum standard or threshold is set for each trait. Itong standard or threshold, kailangang i-meet kung magkano ko ma-score or na-exam dito ikot at the passing score na. So only animals that meet or exceed all thresholds are selected. So amin nga halimbawa, 50 ko mati-passing, nga tong 50, iso dati selected. Iso dati pumasa, parang ganon. But here, you have 2 traits. Doon sa tandem method, mabilis lang siya. No? Sino ti better than this performance, than this average yield or average record, yun yung mga hayop na ipipiliin natin. Pero this ICL method, since you're considering 2 traits that you want to improve at a time, dapat yung hayop na yun pumasa sa trait A at saka trait B. So example, dito, ang traits na gustong i-improve ng breeder is protein yield and milk yield. And then, ito yung standard na sinet ni breeder. Kahit tikunan na ni breeder, kat dapat the animals nga pilyuk as breeder animals ket nangat ngatong 2,250 ti milk yield da ken nangat ngatong 65 ti protein yield da. So therefore, na i-plot mo the values so na the records animals here which are represented by itong mga black squares here. The ngato nga values which are here ken dagiti at dagtoy iso dati better individuals. Ibig sabihin, iso dat nakalampas. So, dagiti dadtoy, higher ti protein yield na. Pero nung kita, lower mati milk yield na. Lower than 2,250. So, dapat, dagiti ka no at the itoy towards the right and upper, when no above, that is 65, iso that is selected, which is represented now by the shaded portion. The GMT independent culling levels method. Next, selection index method. So we have tandem method, 1 trait at a time. Independent culling levels method, 2 traits at a time. Nimot selection index method, 3 or more traits at a time or at a generation. So halimbawa si ka nga breeder, ado tiket mo nga improve at a time, di dati iti usarum selection index method. So since you have to improve or you are considering many traits at a time, you have to have a formula. So yung formula na yon considers already, kumbaga, wini-weigh kada trait. So ito yung sinasabi, a mathematical formula assigns economic weights to each trait. So since it assigns economic weights to each trait, meron siyang corresponding economic value na binibigay kada trait na you want to improve. Animals receive an index score based on their total genetic merit across all traits. And then, so example, so selection index, it is represented or denoted by SI. Example, 2 times growth rate, and then plus 1.5 times fertility score, plus the negative of 1 times feed cost. You will appreciate this a little later if you will be having an example. No, so it is the most efficient method among the three because you are improving many traits at a time. That's the reason why it's the most efficient method. And selection index method incorporates heritability and genetic correlations already. So, ibig sabihin, kinoconsider na niya kung yung trait na yon ay heritable or not, and if trait A, trait B, trait C, trait D, etc. are genetically correlated or not. And it requires good data on trait values and economic relevance. So, kailangan, alam mo, yung pag sinabi economic relevance or economic value, alam mo yung profit gained when you will improve the trait. Yun ang ibig sabihin. So, so this formula here, SI or I is equal to B1X1. Yung B1, that's the economic weight, and X1 is the trait value or yung performance or yung phenotypic value ng hayop for that particular trait. Ay, wala pala siyang example. So, example nito is, makita yung dati nga formula, kung na ito, dati growth rate is, halimbawa, this is ADG, mumultiply yung laeng, datoy, dati phenotypic value, no, performance record ni animal, by a coefficient. Dito ito nga, multiply tayo, so dati kung kunak nga, index, index weight, when economic value, when economic weight, when economic relevance. Tiket na nga sa detoy, kada 1 unit ka no, ng improvement ni growth rate, you gain 2 pesos. Kasi di mat detoy, kada 1 unit nga improvement ni fertility score, you gain 1.5 pesos. Yung unit ng 1.5 at saka 2 depends on the currency used by the country. So since we are in the Philippines, pesos. Dahil the US, the dollars, so on and so forth. Basta this one represents yung profit gain. Profit gain per unit improvement of the trait. Dati mo, feed cost, kada 1 unit increase ka no ti feed cost, nagdi-decrease ka ng 1 peso. Kahit nangasawin, siyempre, kung nga to ti feed cost mo, gastos mo, so wala kang profit. That is why negative ito. Negative, no awan ti profit, when no opposite ti profit, when no gastos iso na, positive is if it is profit. Yun yung explanation ng formula na to. Now, bakit siya may weights na ganito? Kasi, kumbaga, dati, dito yung trait mo nga kahit mga improve, priority ni growth rate, iso na ti imon unam nga isurat. Followed by fertility score, followed by feed cost. And then, yung value na makukompute natin sa selection index is used to rank the animals. Ginagamit natin yun to rank the animals. So, the higher the selection index, the better is the performance of the animal. Next, meron din tayong tinatawag na genomic selection. It does not belong to either classification. Ibig sabihin, it is not selection method under availability of records or under number of traits that we want to improve. So it's a different classification because this time we are using a genetic marker information from across the whole genome. and it is used to predict an animal's breeding value even before the animal expresses the trait or has any offspring. Yung previous na na-discuss natin na mga selection method is we still have to wait for the record. Kailangan meron tayong record. But this time, kunana, we are using a genetic marker. Di ka nga genetic marker, kat mabalin mo ka nung usaron to associate kadayjay performance, associate kay future performance the animal. Kahit nga saon, if animal A has this genetic marker, then tapos dating nga genetic marker, could improve na or codes for the improvement of halimbawa trait 1, then datang animal with that particular genotype, with that particular genetic marker information will have improved trait 1. Dedicate ng saon. Now, to arrive at genomic selection or tapno ano tawag nan? Tapno maubra ni genomic selection is we have a reference population. And the reference population tayo is a large population with records. Siyempre, ito reference population kat ada dapat records na mutlaeng. Then, bigyan nga records, halimbawa record for ADG, record for feed conversion ratio or whatever nga trait. And then they have their corresponding genotype. So they have genotype, they have phenotype. And then we use their genotype and phenotype to create a model. The model is used to predict the future value or future performance or future breeding value of yung mga succeeding animals na. Nakuha. So, and then, after that, meron na tayong prediction model or meron na, by the way, sa nakukuha tong model, we can use mga statistical softwares, advanced softwares to predict or to create itong model. Pag sinasabi nating model, it's an equation. It's equation that we use to predict yung performance ng next generation. And then, halimbawa, meron na tayong model, correct. And then we have another population, new population. And then you are to identify yung genotype ng hayop na yon. Tapos, makikita mo na, itong genotype ng hayop na to is associated with high ADG, high FCR, etc. Then, masiselect mo na siya. Even if hindi pa siya nakuhanan ng record na ADG, FCR, litter size, etc. So, even at a young age, piglet pa ilaang, weanling stage pa ilaang, no among nga di genotype na nag-DNA sequencing ka, etc. At the associated nga marker with with improved ADG, with improved FCR, etc. Then, ma-predict mo nga napintas the performance na. Yun yung importance ng genomic selection. It increases selection accuracy. So that's for selection. And then let's have another lecture video for mating system.